Hey everyone! Welcome back with Bino Mac. Last month we looked into the additions to the AKI series in WWF WrestleMania 2000. Lots of little details and quality of life improvements were added, so check out that video, link in the description below. Either way, this week we'll look into the improvements that were included in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2's gameplay. Let's go wild! Alright, so with WrestleMania 2000 and Virtual Pro Wrestling developed at the same time, we don't have too many changes honestly. We see the return of several features cut from WrestleMania 2000. For example, Hybrid Fighters return. These are wrestlers who can do strike combos. These were featured in Revenge but cut from WrestleMania. To do strike combos, you need to strong grapple and then press B to initiate. Then you have 5 strike options with 6 attacks. If you're in the finisher state, you get 10 attacks in a single combo. Another returning feature is the mask ripping mechanic. Doing an eye gouge submission relentlessly will eventually lead to you tearing the mask off. Then the formerly masked menace will get full momentum. Entrances have been changed up quite a bit. Wrestlers now wait in the locker room before walking down to the ring. There is not much flair, but we do get announcer introductions. For the All Japan Pro Wrestling roster, the announcer calls their actual names. For everyone else though, it's a generic call. In a way, the entrances in this game are a mixture of World Tour style intros and Revenge. You can also go to the options menu and make your own promos. It's very limited spacing though. Hold down one of the C buttons during your entrance and you'll cut 2 lines of dialogue afterwards. A nice little detail that can add some fun or hilarity to the mix. We now have 3 different referees in this title. You can select them in the options as well. To be honest, it seems like Kei Wada and Danny Kaye are pretty similar in style. They do have unique appearances though. Johnny H is an unlockable ref, but he's most known for being as slow as possible. When counting pins, he takes about 10 seconds to actually reach 3. So if you want hour-long matches, pick that bald bastard Johnny H. The final feature combined to the options menu worth talking about is the black and white mode. This makes only the matches themselves black and white, but it's a cool filter that I believe is meant to replicate the classic 50s and 60s TV broadcasts. Either way, it's a pretty sweet addition that makes things look new. I figured it's also worth mentioning that there's a new spinning animation to weapons. They still sync through the floor though, so maybe they wanted to implement better weapon physics, but didn't have the time. Another small feature is that during matches, an announcer will call out and notify the crowd of how much time has passed, just like a real match in Japan. The biggest feature added by far are the new shoot fighting mechanics. Shoot fighters have been completely overhauled. Even some of their animations are updated. Weak grapples function as the main form here. Pressing an A button combination will result in normal moves such as knee strikes, suplexes, and takedowns. Pressing one of the B buttons will initiate a strike combo just like Hybrid Fighters. 6 strikes for normal combos and 10 when in the special state as usual. It's also weak grapples where you use their finishers. They can't be Irish whipped, have no corner, apron, or Irish whip grapples either. Only 1 back grapple option is available and it's usually a rear naked choke it seems. Shoot fighters don't pin opponents. Instead, attempting a pin will have the fighter mount a foe instead. You can do this while standing by strong grappling to take an opponent down too. It's like a more complex version of the standing strike combos. Once in the mounting position, you can press B or B with a direction to do different strikes similar to the strike combos. Landing enough hits will turn the victim over onto their stomachs where you have access to different strike options. It seems you need to land 10 successful strikes in a row to achieve this. Holding the direction you think the opponent will strike in does a counter. If you think they'll do a neutral strike, then don't press any of the D-pad buttons. If you predict and counter 2 strikes, you are able to punch them off of you. It only takes 1 to throw them off if you're pinned on your stomach. Do enough damage and you'll be able to beat down your opponent so bad they'll tap out. While in the mounted position, you can also press A to immediately transition into an armbar or a choke. This new style of competitor is complemented well in the new shoot fighting / boxing gameplay match. In this match, you can set points for rope breaks, takedowns, and knockdowns. If hit with a knockout strike, you will have 10 seconds to get back up. There's even round systems added here as well, but I think I'll talk more about this match type in a later video. If shoot fighters aren't your thing though, the biggest additions for most players would be certainly the one and only Super Specials. Exclusive to Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, saved for only a special class of warrior, you can pull off a more powerful special. To do this, either create or pick a gladiator who has access to a super special like Vader or Mitsuharu Misawa. Then, only once per match, when in the special state, taunt again. Then, you'll enter the super special state. Only do this when you are absolutely sure you are in a position to pull this kind of move off, since you only have about 7 seconds to pull one of these bad boys off. Once in the super state though, strong grapple and perform a finisher like usual. These hold the most powerful moves in the entire series, and wrestling history like the Emerald Explosion, Orange Crush Pin, and the Burning Hammer. This kind of move is only available in the front or back grapple variety as well. To end this video off, I'll list the 2 new features that would become memorable inclusions for the rest of the franchise. BBW2 introduced an alternate evasion while running. If timed properly, you can cause an opponent to look around like an idiot. This opens them up to a free hit while they're looking around. The final addition is simple, but adds something that feels like it should have been added way sooner. Running grapples. There's front and back grapple variations of this. Running grapples were meant to be included in Revenge as finishers for some wrestlers, but they were removed for some reason. Oddly enough, they took 2 more entries to finally make it into the franchise for some reason, despite seemingly being very simple techniques. Either way, it's better late than never, and we get some pretty sick moves here as well. If you'd like to play a version of Revenge that includes running grapple finishers, check out Ragdos's Virtual Pro Wrestling Salvo ROM hack that I'll have a link to in the description down below. With that said though, that's the end of this video today folks. If I missed any additions to this game, comment down below. But if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to Beano Mac and ring the bell to be notified of AKI content every single Sunday. Playthroughs every Wednesday and Saturday, but above all else please, remember to have a nice day.